Hello all, welcome back to the channel, and we are back again today in the garage to attempt another installation. And today we're going to try to install the Lone Rider MotoLights, which I only just received yesterday. I'm really excited to actually do this today. I've been waiting for close to 4 months now for this. I ordered it somewhere in September when they first released, and this was part of the second phase of the shipment, and I received it yesterday, and today I'm all stoked to actually start off the installation process. Now, just a quick disclaimer before we start. I purchased this item using my own money. However, I'd just like to let you know that I am now affiliated with Lone Rider in terms of affiliate marketing, and Lone Rider has sent me a number of items for review and for installation guides and so on, which I will be doing in the coming weeks on my channel. Now, Lone Rider has also said that they will also send me another set of these MotoLights that I could use on my other motorcycle as well down the track. So I am just wanting to put it out there that despite purchasing this with my own money, I am now affiliated with Lone Rider, so that means I have got some affiliate links at the bottom. And if you decide to purchase any items from Lone Rider, it will be really great if you could use my affiliate links. This is at no loss or at no cost to you. However, it will help me in terms of a small kickback, and that will really help the channel. So I would appreciate if you could use those links. And alright, so with that, let's get on with the quick unboxing to see what actually comes in this kit. Now, first impressions is the actual packaging is really premium, as you would expect with Lone Rider, and these lights are actually quite heavy. So let's see what's in the box. I'm just going to unbox it here on my motorcycle. Now, we do get a quick installation diagram with a QR code here that you can scan if you want to get more information on how you install the items. You get some merch stickers that they provide, which is nice of them. And then we go straight on to the actual lights. So these are really good quality looking lights, as you can see, really packaged properly, quite heavy as well. And you've got the harness connected to it, and it's got these protective caps that you can sort of remove. They're a bit tricky to remove because you sort of got to release the clips at all 4 sides at the same time. So let's try do this. There you go. Remove that now, and that's the case there. And this is the actual lights. Now, they come with a protective film at the moment, which I'm going to leave on, as well as on the cap they've also got a protective film, which I'm going to leave on. And you can see there is the spot beam here at the center. They've got a daytime beam, and so total there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 LEDs in the circle. They've got a spot beam in the center, and they've also got a ring beam as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this actually connects. So besides that, you also get in the box, you get an accessories box as well, and in there you got they've got a number of harnesses that they actually provide to go with the EasyCAN, or if you decide to hardwire it directly to a battery. So there's a number of harnesses there. Well, I will have to go through them one by one down the track. They also come with this default standard brackets that comes in the box. They've got some 3M tapes and so on. This is to actually, if you decide to mount using these brackets that comes in the actual package. So this rubber gaskets, if you want to call it that, is to protect your crash bars. So they've got like a mounting to go in between the whole of these actual standard mounting brackets that come with it. And then they've got a tool kit there, and another side of those mounting brackets as well, so left and right. Now, with my actual order, I've also actually asked for the MotoCAN as well. So with the MotoCAN, this is the specific model that I've got for the R1200/1250 GS A range. So that's the MotoCAN made by Hex, and in here you've got a quick some QR codes and so on for some installation guide in there, and then you've got the actual Hex device, which is just this whole thing It's actually cable tied at the moment, but you can see you've got the hex can there, and then you've got some other wiring rooms in there. Now the hex can, if you look at the back, it's cable tied, but it's got fuse boxes and it's got all the connections that you require in order to power it, which I will run through down the track as well when we are attempting the installation. Now because I've got the R1250 GS Adventure, I've already got some standard spotlights on the motorcycle. So you can see here the motorcycle comes with some standard spotlights there. So what I intend to do is I intend to mount the Lone Rider lights using the MotoLights mounting bracket. Now this is the mounting bracket that goes under the peak of the R1250 GS Adventure. So it just sits right, I'll just show you what I mean. It will just sit right under here somewhere. So it'll be, the lights will sort of sit somewhere here, and we've got to figure out how we put the mounting bracket in. So I've just unboxed the mounting bracket as well, just to give you an idea of what that looks like. So again, premium quality packing as you would expect from Lone Rider. It's got the actual mounting bracket, which is really solid quality, with the sort of mounting clips or whatever you want to call them, that sort of go into the hole here to actually hold the spotlights. I'm just trying to see if there's any instructions. Yep, so it looks like there's no instruction manual in there on how you install it. However, there are some QR codes that I can scan. I'll have a look and see if there's some instruction manuals. So there you go, guys. That's a very quick unboxing. So let's get on to the installation. Okay, so now I've devised a plan of installation. Now there are few ways of how you can do this. You can start off by actually connecting your hex easy can first, doing all the wiring, and then doing the brackets. But what I decide to do is I think I want to do the brackets first, because I think that's the more tougher part. Now in order to actually install the brackets on the R1250 GS Adventure, all of this front end needs to come out, because in order to get the bracket, it actually sits somewhere. There is a hole somewhere in this main frame, and in order for you to get this onto the bike, you have to strip off the front nose and everything. Now that's going to be a challenging part for me, so I'm just going to do that very quickly. Now Steve from A Bike Thing has got a video which I will put in the link in the description below, that sort of guides you through which screws belong where and how to actually remove the whole front end of the R1250 GS Adventure. I'm not going to go through that step by step because it will make the video too long. I will put a link in the description below, so if you need to know how to remove all of this, it will be in the link below. But it's going to be a fairly condensed process, because I have to remove even the crash bars as well, by the looks of it. So let's see how we go from here. A quick time lapse and we should get to the final stage of putting this on. Cheers. Okay, so after a lot of struggle, I've managed to remove the panels. So essentially we had to undo the crash bars and just tilt it a little bit forward like this, and cleared it up, and then we had to get open all the screws, remove the two front side panels, which is done. And now all I need to do is I need to mount these brackets into the hole here. So you can see there is a hole there. So essentially the bracket needs to be mounted using those bars that goes into this hole here. So let's do that together and try to get this all aligned. Okay, so now I've been looking at how we actually put this, and there isn't actually clear guidance on the Lone Rider website. I did try to look at the Denali. This is very similar to the Denali mounts. However, there are some subtle differences that I want you to take note on. First and foremost, the mount goes in this way, so remembering that this part goes in towards the back. Secondly, we need to, there are these screws here, and this screws, it comes with a bolt at the bottom, right? So you want to do this screw all the way up, and if you look here, there's a hexagonal hole here. So essentially what you do is you just put the screw in like this, it stays there, and you would do the same for the other side, which I've already put in here at the moment. And then what you do is it comes with these sleeves, right? These sleeves need to go in the screw like that, and then you sort of mount one side at a time. So this is how it works. So I'm going to do the right hand side first. So I'm just going to put in this bolt at the bottom gently like this, like so that it just holds for now. And then I'll go in and do the other side, putting this in, putting that way in, and then just doing the bolt gently that way, so like so. So this is how it's going to look when it's tightened up. So this way. Now remembering that if you look at the Denali video has got a different set of bolts. So what they recommend is that you actually put the screw from the bottom, but with the Lone Rider kit you sort of put it from the top, which I think is a bit smarter because it makes use of that hexagonal hole that it has there, and you just tighten everything up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tighten everything up, and we should be good to go. Alright, so with the bracket installed correctly, now that's all done. I've already mounted one light, but I just wanted to speak to you about the mounting. So the light already comes with this mounting bracket on it. Now it also comes in the package, you also get this other L-shaped mounting bracket which you can sort of use, but I don't think you'll be needing this. So what I've gone ahead and done, I've just mounted the light directly to the bracket here like so, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. I've just removed the bolts from here, and I'm going to reuse them on these lights here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the front hole on, so just tilt this a little bit to the back like so. Thread the screw too. It is a bit fiddly. Okay, so got the screw onto the first hole. I'm going to put in the black washer at the bottom and then the silver washer on the top. Sorry, no. First and foremost, you want to get it into the hole first, like so. It goes in there. This goes there, and then you got this going on top, and then this is got rubber gasket on there, so it will lock in. And then you just thread them in. Now the good thing is Lone Rider has used hex keys for everything, so it makes it easy. Like all of these bolts on the side here, they're all hex bolts, so makes it really easy. So now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten up all of this, and the next thing we do is we can start to route the cables across. Okay, so there you have it. The lights have been installed. It may not be on the right angle, that's fine. I've just left it to be a bit loose so that I've got some wiggle room there, and I can sort of angle it as we go, as we fine tune it once we do some road tests. Now the cables, as far as the cables is concerned, I'm not sure you can see this, but the cable is from here, and there is an opening just underneath there, and I'm going to run it through that way, and it basically runs out to the air box here, running it through there, and it will eventually come up here. So I'm doing it the same for both of them. So I'm going to run the cable through there, and then go ahead and cable tie everything so that it's nice and tight, and then just making sure that it isn't actually hitting with anything, and which in this case it won't. And I just want to stress how easy it is to install with my Dynamotor stand. Having my Dynamotor stand, the bike on the Dynamotor stand just makes it really easy for me to wiggle around and move around and maneuver around through the bike. So again, if you would like to get this stand, I've got a description link in the description down below guys, so that'll give you a 5% off discount. Go ahead, click that link and help yourself to one of these excellent motorbike stands. Okay guys, so we have done that part. I've shown you how we route the cable through preliminary now for the MotoLights. Now I've got the the MotoCAN that has come with the package, and we need to sort of set that up as well. There's a Velcro tape and everything in there ready for us to use, but in order for me to route the cables, I will have to remove this entire back end of the motorcycle. This is just to help route the cable a bit more easier, so I will remove all of this and then place the EasyCAN somewhere here, and then route the cables through, power it through the battery, and so on. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so remove the whole cover now, so that gives you clear passage to the for you to route your cables. Now with the MotoCAN, you could get a heap of blanking plugs and USB connectors and cable ties and so on that I could use later on. And so now the next step is to sort of, I've got the MotoCAN here, and essentially I want to route the MotoCAN, let it stay somewhere here, and then route the power cable using this line going into the battery, which is just at the bottom, wire that all up, and then I can then connect the EasyCAN to this RDC port here. Alright, so I have connected the EasyCAN to the MotoCAN, to the battery. That's all done. Routed the cable just underneath here. You can see I'm going to just tuck this underneath there, just like that, and then that should stay basically underneath there like this. This should all go in nice and snug. When it runs through here, the side, coming all the way, going up and here. So now I've removed the RDC port, and basically it just goes in one way, so I'm just going to plug everything in and then take it from there. Okay guys, so I think I'm almost done here. I've connected and I've routed the cables to what I want. Now I'm ready to plug in the Hex EasyCAN into the software and sort of configure it and test it out before I put everything back together. But before that, I just wanted to let you know that the RDC plug here, is actually a blanking plug. It goes into this case here, right? So all we do is we remove it from that case, then we use, there's only one way it can enter, so you can't really go wrong with this. It's all polarized. So you put this into here until you hear a click, and then there is the other part here which goes back into this blanking plug. Now remember, this is just a blanking plug, and that's for diagnostic purposes. If ever BMW needs to do a diagnosis in your motorbike, they can use that RDC port for diagnosis purposes, right? Then what I've done is So the thing about the MotoCAN and the MotoLights is it only uses one port. So the Hex EasyCAN actually comes with 4 ports in total. So you got a yellow, red, blue and white. For the MotoLights, we are only using the 1 port. This is why the MotoCAN and the MotoLights are special, because you're only using 1 port. If you're with the Denali system, you probably end up using 2 ports, which only leaves you with 2. So with this, now I've got 3 extra ports here which I can put extra accessories like a Denali sound bomb and 2 other extra lights or anything else if I decide to do it in the future. So and this here is going to the battery, and as I've showed you earlier, I've lined up and mounted the battery in. That's all working. And here, this one is what connects to the lights, right? So essentially it's just a Y cable, so it's one that splits into 2 left and right. So what I've done is I've just gone it through, just routed it through the underneath of here. So it'll just sit here like this, nicely covered. And then I've removed these bolts here and I've routed it underneath. It'll come up to the top here, and then I will just later on tuck this in somewhere in here and put all the covers back on. There's no need for you to lift so there's no need at all whatsoever for you to lift the tank. Well, you could if you wanted to do a full professional installation, but that's going to take a lot of time. So for me, I'm just going to do it this way, and I think once you put all your covers up, you're not going to be able to notice anything. So now the next step is for me to just plug in the Hex the MotoCAN into my laptop, do some configuration, turn the power on, and then see if it works. Now, one important thing, once you've powered this on, you just have to make sure that this thing there's power going to it. So when you turn the battery on, you can see how that's blinking. That means that there is power to it, so that you have connected it all right. So that's one important thing for you to check before you try to plug it into your system, right? So with that, we are almost done. So now just for the final few steps, configuration, and then we're done. Thank you. Okay, so I've connected the the Easy MotoCAN to the laptop, and it's currently running it's trying to connect the MotoLights to the Easy MotoCAN, sorry. And before that, it actually ran a software update. It requires you to register and activate your device and so on, and then there was a firmware upgrade. And while you're doing this, just make sure your engine is powered off, and then it sort of registers the MotoLights and does what it needs to do, like what it's doing at the moment, and then it sort of activates it. So that's it. Alright, so I've just done a bit of testing, and mine seems to be working fine. So just remember that we are using the white circuit, and make sure we select X bus when we start. So that's done and it's good. And basically, just to give you a run through, there are 3 settings in the MotoLight. So there's the DRL setting, the wide angle beam, and there's the full beam light, right? So with the wide angle, you can choose whether you want the light to be white or amber. Now remember, if you choose it to white, when you put your signal on, it'll still turn to amber. So I left mine on white. We've got the option to flash when we turn signals. That's on for me. Inverse flashing when hazard is active, that just gives you an inverse flashing and sort of creates more attention, which is good. Wide and narrow light turns off. That's basically if your motor lights are on, when you actually indicate, it'll turn off the light from the correspondent unit. So if you are turning right, it'll turn off the light from the right one, so only flashing the amber turn signal in that case. So that's there. Now we've got strobe and hone is active. That's on as well. When you and then here they've got a setting to strobe for you to flash when you flash to pass. So when you hit the flash to pass button 3 times quickly, the strobe function will also take place. Now there is also a chance that when you actually plug on your light, that it's actually when you indicate to the left, it may not be it may actually have the lights swapped around. So in order to do that, when you plug on your EasyCAN, just put on the third signal and make sure the right DRL is flashing. If it's not, then you can just click here and you can sort of select and just change it. So if I selected that, it'll change it to the right light. So that's just to correct if your lights are put the other way around. So it's no need for you to unplug and plug in the cable. You can just do it via the software to rotate the lights so that right is right and left is left. So you can go into the extra settings menu here, just click that, go extra settings here, and here you've got your modulation, less for or more during the daytime. I'll just leave it to standard. I'm not going to adjust the horn delay. Sport speed blending, I want to turn this on, and I want to set the speed for it to turn on, maybe say 120 kilometers an hour. It will turn on the sport. So, and I've got the other this toggle TCS 3 seconds hold. When you hold your signal cancel button for 3 seconds, it turns off the lights, and you hold it again for 3 seconds, it turns it on. So that's that. And then here for the BMW, you can adjust the intensity of the light using the multi-controller, using the wonder wheel. So if you just push the wonder wheel to the left and then you wheel it up and down, it will you can control the brightness of it. So that's the wide angle light. And then you've got the narrow beam intensity. I've set it to 100%. Spot with speed blending, link wide and narrow in full beam, so I will want to link that. So here it says that when you actually the wide and narrow bands are linked when the vehicle is in high beam. I think that's probably a good idea to link it. And then only when engine is running, so I only want the lights to turn on when the engine is running to prevent battery failure. So that's it, guys. That's what it is in a nutshell. Quite happy with it. So now let's have a look at it on the bike. So, okay guys, for the moment of truth, I'm going to power the bike on. Just going to put my microphone close to me so that, because I think I have to turn the engine on in order for it to work. So as you can see, when it powers on, I've got the amber DRLs there, which is working. When I indicate, the amber DRLs are on the right angle, and they're also flashing on the right way, so that's good. Now if I hold the cancel signal button for 3 seconds, that will turn off the lights. There you go, it's turned off. And now if I hold it again for 3 seconds, it turns it back on. If I strobe the pass button 3 times, see, it's not doing it. It's not doing it because I've said that to only do that when the engine is turned on. So let's turn on the engine. Okay, we got the engine turned on now. And if I strobe 3 times quickly, you can see how it's actually flashing. It's excellent. If I put the high beam on, it turns on. That's also good. If I press the horn, it strobes. If I put the hazard light on, it's giving you the inverse flashing as well, which is good. There we go, guys. It works as intended, and I'm really happy with it. So now it's almost a wrap now. So all I'm going to do now is tidy everything back up, reconnect everything, and then we should be good to go. Alright guys, finally after a whole day's slog, I have finished installing the MotoLights, and I'm super stoked with the outcome of it. So the only thing we need to do now is to take it out. It's dark now, which is good. So just to align the lights and to see how it goes. But basically super stoked with how it is. I'm just going to show you quickly where the MotoCAN now stays. So this is where I have sort of placed the MotoCAN. I put a Velcro tape on there, and it's going to stay snug, and that gives you access to the USB port at the back if you need to do any configuration down the track. And I just left that open so that I can show you. Now the seat can go back on, and basically the whole installation is complete. Super happy with what I've got here, and now we'll take it out and do a bit of a test and see how that goes. But before that, I'll just turn it on very quickly just to show you what it looks like. So the lights are on, and you can see those DRLs that are orange. Looks really cool from the front. There you go, all done. There we go, guys. So overall, super stoked with the final outcome and the results. It's getting pretty late here and I'm tired and I just want to go to bed now. Anyway, really happy with the whole outcome. Look, I started about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I had a break in between and so on. It's about 11 o'clock in the evening now, so it took me a fair long time. I had some issues with my seat lock mechanism, which sort of delayed the whole process because I couldn't get the seat off, and I had to fix that and so on. But nevertheless, it's all done, and I've tried my level best to adjust the light to my liking, and I think I've got it at the sweet spot at the moment, and it just looks really good, the whole outcome of it, and the whole how it looks now, the vibes that it gives me. I just love it. So all in all, guys, super happy with the Lone Rider MotoLights at this stage. The installation, I would rate the installation from 1 to 10. I would probably rate it about 7. It's not all that hard, but it's very fiddly, and I hope my video will help you in the process of installing, and I hope I managed to share some important tips and tricks during the installation. I will link in the description some of the videos that I use in order to help me with this installation, so that you can also use that as well for your project. And that's it, guys. So again, I've got some links in the description section below. If you decide to buy any Lone Rider products, please do use my affiliate links. That will really help the channel. And I've also got links to the Dynamotor stand, which I used today, where the bike was sitting on the Dynamotor stand. That just makes life a lot more easier. Got links to Chigi as well if you would like to get a navigation system, really good. They've recently had an update on their system as well, which I shared in the video last week. Anyway, that's it, guys. Just calling it a day today. So if you did like the video, please give me a big thumbs up. Do like, do share, and do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios. Bye bye.